Hello, I'm back. If I look like shit, it's because, one, I'm still getting over a cold, because I always get a cold when I travel. Two, I didn't get in until early hours of this morning. And three, I'm on my period. So I have all the reasons in the world to look like shit. And yes, I could have put makeup on, and I could have done stuff like that, but you know what? I can't be bothered. And Stinky's here, and that's the only thing that matters to me right now, because I didn't see him for 3 days. And that's really difficult, because we have a special bond. All right, so this question is from Tracy. Tracy says, new question given recent happenings. My weight is in the healthy range, although it is just above the lowest healthy BMI. In the last 2 weeks, 4 people in my life have expressed concern that I have lost weight in a short space of time. The thing is, my weight has been stable for a while, and I got a body composition scan done after 2 other family members made comments. It showed that I maintained my weight but had lost fat mass, gained muscle mass, and lost body fat. That explains why I look different and my clothes size had dropped, but I was a similar weight. I don't know what to do. My family members and the other person who was my former nurse said I look gaunt, but the scales say I'm healthy. I almost can't go on after reading that sentence. All right, but I will. If I'm not underweight, what am I supposed to do? I'm working on my food intake. Some days it's bigger, and other days it's a binge purge. And lately I've managed to maintain calories on several days. It's a work in progress. So if my weight is healthy by medical standards, but more and more people are saying I look gaunt, what do I believe? Tracy, have you watched any of my videos or read any of my shit? When have I ever said that we can tell if a person is healthy or not healthy by what a scale says? What the fuck does a scale know about your health? Like, say, for example, if you've got a pile of bricks, and you put a pile of bricks on the scale, and the pile of bricks that you put on the scale for the height that it was would have been a healthy BMI. Would you be like, yeah, that's a healthy living human being? The scale measures weight, Tracy. It doesn't measure health. Let's say that again, and so that everybody listening is very clear. The scale does not measure health. Do you know what measures health? Actually being healthy or not. Doesn't sound to me like you are then, does it? If however many members of your family have said to you, you look like shit, you probably want to believe them. I probably look like shit right now. And do you know why? It's because I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I've got a cold, and I'm on my period. So I am actually not at my healthiest right now, and I'm in a pretty bad mood as well because of all of those things. And so do you know what I'm going to do tonight or today? Today I'm going to eat a load of food, and I'm going to talk to some clients. And between talking to clients, I'm probably going to have a nap, and I'm going to look after myself because I'm not my healthiest right now because I've been traveling and I'm a little bit sick and I'm on my period. So if I got on the scale right now, what would the scale tell me about my state of health? Absolutely jack shit, because my weight hasn't changed, but I'm not healthy. So weight has nothing to do with health, and that is really what Health at Every Size is saying, that we can't use the scale as a measure of health. And so if your weight is in the healthy BMI range, that doesn't mean that you're healthy. My weight's in the healthy BMI range. I'm not particularly healthy right now. I need a good long sleep. So, okay, let's start that again. Less of a rant this time. Dear Tracy, the scale is not a measure of your health. So therefore, it doesn't matter what the scale says. It matters whether you're actually physically and mentally healthy or not. And if you have an eating disorder, you are not mentally healthy. And the scale does not tell you if you don't have an eating disorder or not. Your mental state tells you if you don't have an eating disorder or not. And yes, you need to get your health weight up, and you need to be nutritionally rehabilitated in order to have those mental state changes. But again, the scale actually won't tell you whether you're nutritionally rehabilitated or not. Your mental state changes will tell you if you're nutritionally rehabilitated or not. And so it sounds to me, Tracy, as if you are underweight. And underweight does not mean you have an underweight BMI. Underweight, according to Tabitha, means you are under the weight that your body would be if you had not been suppressing your body weight. And you've also said in your email that you restrict food and you go through purge restrict cycles or binge restrict cycles. And so that tells me, Tracy, that you are not mentally healthy and that you are still suppressing your natural body weight. So because you are still suppressing your natural body weight, I'm not even a scale. I've never even seen you, and I know that you are under the weight that you would be if you were not doing those behaviors. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Never even seen you. I can tell you from an email that you are going to be under the weight that you should be, or under the weight that you would naturally be, because you're engaging in behaviors that suppress your body weight. And if you're doing that, you are not mentally healthy. So the scale cannot measure health. If your family members are saying to you, you know what, you don't look too healthy, the best thing that you can do is listen to them. They're not just saying that to annoy you or wind you up. And I feel like you just need to get away from all these numbers. Stop with the body mass percentage. Stop with all that shit. Your behaviors are telling you that you are not recovered. Your behaviors are telling you that you are not nutritionally rehabilitated, because you still are really scared of eating the amount of food that you want to eat. Your behaviors, your urge, your desire to binge tells you that you are not eating enough food, because your body is doing that as a measure to protect you against the restriction that you are also doing. There's so much in that email that you wrote, Tracy, and there's a lot of work for you to do. So I'm really glad that you wrote that, because I think a lot of people get caught in this trap of sitting there and saying, well, the scale says I'm healthy, so therefore I'm recovered. That's rubbish. The scale says you're, I don't even, like, what information it just gives you a ballpark of like, well, you're kind of around that way. It doesn't tell you about your health. It's so important to understand, because if you get caught up thinking that you can look at a scale and that will tell you whether you're healthy or not, this is going to be your life. Running through these circles and basically having an eating disorder. And you don't want that, do you, Tracy? No. You want to get fully recovered. So stop stepping on the scale and start eating without restriction. Because I can tell, because you've said that you binge sometimes, I can tell that you're hungry. So start eating, properly eating, and allow your body to gain weight and get to where it needs to be. Trust your body much more than you trust a scale. Don't trust a scale at all. It doesn't tell you shit. Hope that helps. Best of luck.